I'm Jake Shields, lifelong martial artist. Fought the UFC, beat 5 UFC champs. My whole life has been based on martial arts. Yeah, I moved to San Francisco on a partial wrestling scholarship, and to get away from San Luis Obispo, I was getting a lot of trouble there. I needed to kind of start over, and I wanted to. I had a daughter that just came out. I was, trying to feed my daughter, go to school, a lot going on, and that's when I discovered Caesar's Gym. And he luckily, let me come in and train for free because I had no money. I was, like I said, we were poor kids trying to, feed my daughter, survive, and I was very, very lucky to meet Cesar Gracie, who, let me, Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz, Gil Melendez, he let us all train there for free. We were all total beginners together, and we all came up and became successful together, and that's extremely unusual as a sport. But it's just brotherhood, a camaraderie, and we all had the same goals. So early on, we all knew we were going to be good, before other people did. We were in there every day. We might have been white belts and then blue belts, but we all had the same goals of being world champions, and there was no doubt in any of our minds that we would be world champions. And I was really fortunate to discover a group like that, to people that are that laser focused, that they only had one goal to be world champions, because it's not easy. You see a lot of guys saying they're going to be world champions, but they're not doing what it takes to actually do it, and we all were. And you do have to give up things sometimes, like you can't, there's many times you're not out partying with your friends, not going out on Saturday night, miss friends' weddings, birthday parties, but it's a small sacrifice to accomplish your goals. If you have big goals, you have to give up quite a bit, but no one ever wins it and regrets it. Once I dropped out of college, I realized I was all in and had to push and make it. I was so addicted to fighting, felt like I had to do it. It's like all I thought about, it's all I wanted to do. And once I made the decision to go for it, my whole life revolved around how can I be a better fighter. So every decision I made was, is this going to help me be a better fighter or not? And if it wasn't, I wouldn't do it. I got in jiu-jitsu to be a competitor and win world titles, but being the part of the community is so much more. It offers you a whole community, and I think community is so important. I think a lot of people are losing community in the Western world with big families. I think that's martial arts and jiu-jitsu keeps you grounded. I think the Guardian Project is one of the most important things out there for kids. There's so many great aspects of it. What they do is they give kids scholarships, kids that usually couldn't afford jiu-jitsu. I think it's extremely important. You get kids that otherwise wouldn't be able to train, and it sucks if you're a poor kid, you can't go train because you don't have the money. I've been there myself. Jiu-jitsu can be completely life-changing for kids, especially for kids with not a lot of money, not a lot of opportunities. They start training jiu-jitsu and it gives them goals. Everyone's completely even on the mats too. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, all of a sudden they're even. Might be kids with low self-esteem, low confidence, but they're on the jiu-jitsu mat, everyone's equals, everyone treats each other the same. And also a lot of these kids are the kind of kids that would be getting in trouble. They don't have anything to do after school, they don't have any money. It's so easy to fall into gangs and hang with the wrong crowd, but all of a sudden it's, after school you have somewhere to go, it's fun, you have something to work towards. You have a mission, a goal. I've seen so many kids that were leading down the wrong path, they find jiu-jitsu and completely turn their lives around. It's really hard to say where I'd be with my life if I wasn't fighting, because when I got into fighting, I was getting in a lot of trouble, gone to jail, I had friends getting killed. I wasn't in a good place. I like to think that I would have gotten away from that without the fighting jiu-jitsu, but I'm unsure. I mean, as soon as I found that, it straightened me out, and that's why I was so fortunate to get the scholarship that would pay for my training and get me out of trouble, because without that, it's hard to say where I'd be today.